Hello everyone, my name is Abhishek Bingle. So today we are going to solve a Leetcode question called valid anagram. So the question states we are giving a two strings which consist of S and T, and we need to return true if those the strings are anagram. Otherwise we need to return false. So let's understand what is anagram. Anagram is basically a term which states that if both the strings have the same letters, then it's called anagram. So let's look at the example. So the first example which we have, the string S contains the word called anagram and contains the word called nagaram. So let's count the character into it. So we have three A's in this S string, and again we have three S in this T string, and for N we have here one N. Again in T we have one N which is matching. So G here is also one G, and in T also there is one G. And same is with case with R and M. We have R and M single as well. So from this example we can see that the number of letters in those words are same in both the strings, so that's why we are returning true. In case of example 2, we can see we have R repeating once, and in second string it's also once. E is also repeating once, but if we see T is not repeating in the second string, so that's why we are returning here false. So let's start with the brute force approach, and we are going to use Python for solving this question. So the first approach which comes to my mind is that let's sort both the strings and compare them. If they are equal, then we will return true. So let's sort them. Sorted, I am using sorted function, sorted as string, and sorted usually returns list, so we need to join it with the help of this method. So lists are basically joined into strings, so we will get new string which will be in the sorted form, and then we will get new string as well from this. Let's sort the second string as well. So these two new variables have the updated string in the sorted format. Let's compare them. If new string is equal to the second string, which is new T, then we will return true, and in case if it's not the same, then let's return false. Like check our test cases. Yeah, so these two are passing. Let's submit the code. Yeah, it's working as well. So the brute force is working successfully. So let's analyze the time complexity for it. Time complexity, so we are just sorting both the string and then comparing. So for sorting, the time complexity is n log n, and we are sorting it twice. So let's consider the length of the first string as m, the length of second string as n. So it will be for first string it will be m log n, plus for the second string n log n. Oh, sorry, I mean to say m log m. So this will be the time complexity, and in case of space complexity, we are just using two new variables, that's it. So it won't matter much, so it's O of 1. So let's try to optimize this solution further. So the second solution which I am thinking of is that using the hash map. So what we are gonna do is that we will store the, so hash map basically consists of key and value pairs. So in the key we will store the unique characters, and in the value we will store the values of it, so whatever is the count, and then at the end we are going to compare both the hash map. So let's start with hash map 1 and initialize it as empty. Let's start with hash map 2, initialize it empty, then for I in S, so I'm looping across the first string, and then let's see if that letter is already present or not. So hash map of I equals to, we will use the get method to see if it's already present, then we will get the value of that letter. If it is not, then we will set it default to 0. So let's get the ith letter, and if it is present we will obviously get the value. If it is not, then default is 0, and increment the count by 1. And same is the case for second as well. So let's use the existing code for I in T, hash map of 2. Oh, my bad, here it will be hash map of 1. Yeah, so we are basically incrementing the letters and storing their values in the hash map, and at the end let's compare both the hash map. If hash map 1 equal to hash map 2, then we need to return true, else we will return false. So let's test with the local cases. Yep, they both are working. Let's submit the code. Yep, it's working as well. So let's analyze the time and space complexity here. So the time complexity for this code, since we are not sorting, we are just looping across the loop. So for this loop it's O of n, because considering n is the length of the string, and for this loop it's O of m. So altogether its time complexity will be order of m plus n. And the space complexity, since we are using two different hash maps, again it will be same, because for first string it will take m, and for the second it will take n. So time and space complexities are order of m plus n. I think we can optimize here a bit further. Let's comment out this complexities. So instead of looping twice, I think we can loop once as well. So what I'm thinking is that let's find out the length of both the strings. If they are same, then we can proceed ahead, and if they are not same, then we can return there itself the false condition. So let's see. So length of string first, let's write down, let's get them here. If they are not equal, then only we will do the further task. So if the length of string s is not equal to length of string t, then we will return false, because obviously if the lengths are different, then the inside letters are obviously going to be different, the count of them will be differ. So let's return false from here, and in case if they are equal, then let's initialize two hash maps. Then since the length is same, then we can just loop across any one of the string. So it's length of s. So I'm looping once, but I can use the same thing. Instead of looping second as well, we can just do this calculation inside one loop, and let's try to run the code. Oops, I got some error. Yeah, there is syntax issue. Oh, it should be range. So for I in range, length of I. Let's try again. Oh, we are getting error as well. So let's try to solve it. For case 2 it's going wrong. It's because, let's debug it. So the lengths are different, return false. Hash map is, oh, I got it. So we are just using this range inside this hash map instead of the actual string. So let's try to get actually the actual values of string instead of just the number count. So it will be j here, s of j, and it will be t. So let's do t first and then s. So t of I. Yep, this looks good to me. Let's run the code. Again we are writing name j is not defined. Oh, we are using I and I'm using here j, so let's change the name as well. Yep, there we go. So the local test cases are passing, and let's submit the code. Yep, it's working as well. So for this, the time complexity will be not O of m plus n. Since the length will be same, then it will be just O of m, considering one of the strings whose length is m. But the space complexity will be m plus n because we are using two hash maps. So I think this is the optimal solution which we can have for this valid anagram question. I hope you enjoyed the video, and keep learning, keep growing. Have a good day.